Hi, thanks for tuning in to the Start and Grow Show. I'm Craig Shirlette. Today I'm going to show you how I manage my Twitter and how I've grown my Twitter using TweetHunter. It's one of my favorite tools. It's not just a scheduler, it's so much more. So I'm going to dive in, show you what I tend to do on weekends. Like today, today is Sunday, and so I'm really starting to plan out the week and start to write new tweets, engaging with people. And I figured I'd just make a video and show you how I do this. So here's TweetHunter. When I first log in, I basically get my queue here. And so your queue is really just the schedule of, all the tweets that you have coming up in the next, couple of days. And so you can build out a queue of whenever you want things to go. So you can see here, if we look at tomorrow as an example, I've got about, what do we got here? 10 or so tweets that I schedule. And these are, different slots you can put throughout the day, where as you write tweets in TweetHunter, they get scheduled into that schedule. So if I show you up here, I think we can look at editing the queue as an example. And you can see here all the different days you can create and add slots, evergreen slots. I'll show you that as well. You're basically building up a database of your evergreen tweets that you can send out, regularly, out to your audience. So you can see here, there's a little, that 605 is an evergreen tweet. So it goes out, it grabs that out of that evergreen kind of list and database, brings it in, and then posts it in those slots. So again, very cool. You can post once a day, or you can post 500 times a day. I don't suggest that, but ideally you can build out a schedule that makes sense for your audience. Mine, a lot of times, most of my target audience is in the morning. And so I do a lot of tweets in the morning and really get the ball rolling, because hopefully in the morning, wherever morning is for you and for your target audience, is when a lot of conversation happens on Twitter. So this is very simple. So when I write content, you can see here, this is basically a very simple way of adding your content in. You can just write stuff here simply. You can expand this out and write threads. So if you really want to get into writing long threads, it gives you a nice clean interface here as you type things in, like you write your hook, like here's my hook. As you start to add more content, this is the next tweet, and next. You can see how it just builds those out. And so you can paste in a whole blog post into here and then start to break it out to make your thread. So very cool tool. Again, what I'm going to show you is some of the other cool features. So one of the things I said I do on here is I engage. And so there's a whole CRM built into TweetHunter, which is really cool. It brings all your contacts. And so again, it's connected to Twitter. So it's using, Twitter's data, to help you build contacts. One of the things I like is the engagement piece on this. And so there's a couple of ways you can engage. You can engage by people, pick from one of your lists. So I've got a Dream 100 list. These are all people that basically, are influencers that have the same audience as me. I call them the Dream 100, something I learned from Chet Holmes and Russell Brunson. But it's a great tool. And so it's pulling a list off of my Twitter profile that I created, where I added all these people. So people that have huge followings, they're speaking to the same people I want to speak to. These people show up in this list. So they found 119 tweets here. And then basically this is how we can just engage with these people that have the same followers. So you can see here, Dan Go, 428 followers. So I want to comment and engage on his tweets, because ultimately he has the same audience I do, or similar audience. And really, I just want to get more exposure, and I just want to engage with these bigger accounts to help me grow and help me get more exposure. Because the amount of people that are seeing Dan's tweets, or even Tim down here that has only 20K followers, is much greater than me, who has only 1,400 or so followers. So to grow, I've constantly engaged with these larger accounts, and TweetHunter really helps do that. So you can see it pulls all these up. Some of the neat things, so like, here, let's go through Dan's here. I believe vampires are real. The ones in real life won't suck your blood, but they will suck your energy. Oh, energy. So again, I'll comment here. Doesn't have to be much. I'm just engaging. And what this does is it auto-likes the tweet when replying. So again, just makes it simple. A lot of times I do this on the app, but using this tool is really easy. So again, it's pulling up those people on that list. Makes it very cool. Another way here is mentions and replies. So you can obviously go into your Twitter notifications and you can reply to people. Here's another great tool where you can basically engage with those people. So, here Peter White's responding to a quote tweet that I sent out. I'm not sure what his emojis are here. That doesn't seem to show up. And here's Roman. So I asked a question earlier, about an hour ago. When do you see the most engagement on Twitter? And he's saying here 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. again in the evening. So I can either write and say thanks for the input, comment whatever you want. Engagement's always better, or you can just like and hide. I try to do more replies to really increase that engagement and grow a little bit more. So again, basically, this is just everybody that's mentioned you gives you a really cool, clean interface to, reply to those people that have started to engage with you, and just an easier way to do it on the desktop. So if you're not on your phone, this is the way I recommend. I don't even do this on Twitter unless I have to, but this is the great way to engage. Another thing too, so it can basically bring up the tweets of people you follow. So if you follow a few people, again, it's similar to this other people with the list. This is just all your followers. So again, just brings up really good people that you want to engage with. I follow big accounts because, again, I'm trying to associate with others that have larger accounts in my niche and in my market. So people like Mike, who focuses on building landing pages and sales funnels, which is something I also do and I also coach on. So again, hanging out with Mike online is important to me. So again, here I'll just like and move that one out of there. So that's the engagement tool. It's very cool, very helpful. So when it comes to writing things, I'm going to show you some other neat things. So TweetHunter has an AI writer, and when you pay for it, it generates AI tweets for you. And so some of these are good, some of them are awful, and some of them just require a bit of edit and tweaking. But the bonus here is Twitter's like a treadmill. You got to constantly putting out content. And so AI generated tweets give you kind of a starting point where you can just kind of read it off, see if it makes sense, and then you can edit and tweet it out, or you can just add it to the queue. So let's look at some of these here. So persistence is how you separate the wheat from the chaff. Yeah, sure. That's an old school kind of reference, but I'll add that. It makes sense to me. Just simple. So bam, instant tweet there, kind of fits in my target audience and very easy to do. So let's look at some of the others here. Think how you'd like things to be once you're not on cold medication, and then tell your readers how lucky they were to find a pill that makes them feel better. Interesting. I don't know. Not for me, but whatever. Here's another one. The best sales pitch doesn't sell the product. It sells the product's benefits. Sell the benefits, not the features. Sure. That one's a nice, decent one. We could edit that. But again, a lot of these I tend to edit. But again, this is great starting point. So again, you can basically train this to basically, use your tweets and use your content to come up with really good ones. Another interesting thing, you can AI impersonate someone. So let's take Naval as an example. And so you choose a creator, somebody that maybe is got tons of followers, creates massive amounts of content. You tell the generator to kind of come up with things, and here it comes up with. So you can start to borrow some of these if you want. But again, the general idea here is you want to edit the tweet. You want to change it up. Let's do it like this. So let's say Mark Zuckerberg makes so much money that if his net worth was hacked, nobody would notice. See, interesting. Look at off topic. See, it's off topic on my content. So maybe I won't post that. So some really neat things here. 46% outperforming. So this is a bad tweet. It's basically why would I do this? So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't want to copy that. I'll show you how I do other tweet writing here. So let's go back to, let's check out the thread ideas. So again, if you want to write threads, you can put in a bunch of different topics. So I've got in here growth mindset, Twitter, YouTube. We actually want YouTube, copywriting, and then it generates. So again, if you're just looking for ideas to get that thread started, why not use artificial intelligence to really kind of help you get your creativity going? I'm not saying use it to do everything, but this can help you really come up with some good ideas. So most successful entrepreneurs started their business when they were around the age of 21 to 25. Does that sound like you? You too can be successful entrepreneurs if you keep these 5 things in mind. So you literally can start editing this. You bring it into your editor, let it run here while the computer's doing all its thinking. So again, cool other tweets you can use here. Again, all these are thread starters. So again, when you bring it into edit, you can expand this, and then there goes your thread. Next tweet, and then you can fill this out. So again, it's just idea generation. That's the key here, is just helping you come up with better ideas. What are some other things on here? There's analytics. So if you really want to dive in, this usually takes a little bit longer to run, but let's kind of look at the stats. I don't know if you noticed, but Twitter's stats was down for almost the whole month of February. So this was valuable to have because this actually can, still keep track of your stats. It's pulling data out of Twitter and presenting it into here. So just starting to load here. You can see what some of my top tweets that generated the most followers. You can see some of these, which is cool. You can always take these and then retweet them. Really, really good stuff here. So best followers. What else? Engagement. So tweets that generated the most engagement. Twitter was resurrecting Vine to take on TikTok. What do you think? A lot of people, added into this. So very cool. And then there's just other things, daily follower gain, and then tweet performance. You can really dig in and see, what's getting the most impressions. Let's see here. Let's filter here. So this one, Twitter is the Vine thing has basically got me over 1,000 views. So again, great to just see what's performing, because you can't really improve what you don't measure. So super handy to have, all these great stats. I know I'm bouncing around here, but let's see what else we got. So there's some other things coming here. Daily inspiration is pretty cool. So again, if you don't want to use the AI and you just want to see, what are other people doing, you can, first, before you do this, you want to edit your personalized feed. So you put in, topics, 3 to 10 keywords, that basically you want tweets to inspire you on. So I got a whole bunch of stuff in here. So if I save that out, these are the ones that come up here. So some of these you basically can look at what's working. Things like this you can take and just reformat and rechange it. So it's basically you take this as inspiration. You can see already here, this is telling you your tweet is too similar to the original tweet. So it's basically saying you got to change this. This isn't something you can just tweet and copy. But as we go here, we'll see what it does. So let's just so 5 service ideas for freelancers. How about instead of this, we're going to call these agency. Because these are agencies. Service businesses is agency business. So any 5 agencies, freelancers can start and today. Okay, it's LinkedIn agency. We're just going to change these. Content agency. SEO agency. Social media agency. See, just changing things around, can just use this content. And email automation agency. Oops. And there we are. See, all good. It's going to do a content thing. Let's see what does it think of this tweet. Let's give it a second here to analyze if it's going to give us your tweet is different from the original, so we're good there. But it's not giving me any rating. Don't know if it likes it. But you can either tweet this right now, or you can just add it to your queue. And again, I'm always adding to the queue because I want to basically, schedule as much out as I can so that I'm basically tweeting and getting all kinds of engagement. So here's everything I've got scheduled. I've been working on this for a couple of days now as I just, continuously write more and more. And that ends up giving you, a queue. All these tools kind of help you build out a queue and kind of get ahead of the wave, right? So I've got tomorrow done. I've got Tuesday. I got Wednesday. I got Thursday. I got Friday. I'm already into next weekend. So I've already got a week's worth of tweets already planned and scheduled out simply by using TweetHunter as effectively as I can. So again, I showed you the daily inspiration. tweet library. So evergreen, you can mark your tweets as evergreen. And so these are basically all the tweets that I want evergreen. Some of the things I have, like joining my list, my newsletter. I got that posted out into those evergreen slots, and just other things that I find, are things I want to keep the message out there, on a regular basis. So another cool thing they have is staff picks in a bunch of different categories. So let's take, for example, marketing and sales. And so these collections will pull up staff picks from TweetHunter. Again, just ways to get inspired of, and how to, find good content. So you can look at this one here. Look, 363 likes. Well, this is a great content. Obviously, they have a lot of followers, but why not borrow this, right? Why not use these kinds of tweets? Again, if it makes sense to your audience. And so you can just, like I did before, bring these in and edit them. Too similar, you got to change it up and, make it better. So again, lots of great things there. You can, again, filter on all these different categories where they're finding the best in class, like tweets that have, more than 50 likes on them, so that, they're quality, right? And so this is, again, a good way to just see, what are good tweets in your industry under your topics, So very helpful, very beneficial. And that's kind of it. So yeah, this is basically the tool I use to kind of manage my Twitter. It's very helpful, very powerful. There's much more I could show you to this, but I wanted to kind of end it there. If you've got questions, leave them in the comments below. There's a link to TweetHunter you can check out. And you can also follow me on Twitter. All my links are down below in the description. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm growing the Start and Grow as much as I can. I really want to help more entrepreneurs, grow their internet business. And that's the whole point of this. So again, like, subscribe, share these out, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much.